Let us discuss something very interesting. It's a very simple fact which you're going to learn called as pair of angles. Now which one? We're going to learn a pair of angles called as adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. Now when we say pair, we are talking about two angles. So when are two angles said to be adjacent? There's a definition. Let's read that. It says that two angles are said to be adjacent angles if they have, there are three conditions. Let's look at that. If they have a common vertex, they have a common side, in other words a common arm, and their interiors are disjoined. Okay, now you read it, you're saying what is this? Let's understand this with the help of a figure. You'll understand it better. So here I'm talking about two angles, pair of angles, angle AOB and angle BOC. Look at these angles and let's see if it is satisfying these three conditions. The first one, common vertex. Observe, for angle AOB, what's the vertex? O. For angle BOC, what's the vertex? O. That means the first condition is satisfied. They have a common vertex O. Simple. You said yes. The first condition is satisfied. Let's look at the second one, which says that they should have a common side. Now, for an angle, when I say side, I'm referring to the arm, the ray. These two angles, do they have a common ray? Yes, they have a common ray, OB. This ray is common to both the angles. That means the second condition is satisfied. They have a common side, or they say common ray, that is OB. Second condition satisfied. The third condition, that's a beautiful one, which says that the interiors are disjoined. Now when you talk about, rather when we talk about this angle AOB, its interior is nothing but this, all the points here, right? And when we talk about angle BOC, its interior is this one, marked in blue, pink and blue. Is there any point common between both the interiors? No, that means they are disjoint. Then we call such angles as adjacent angles. That means here we know angle AOB and angle BOC, they are adjacent angles. So when are two angles said to be adjacent? So simple. They should have a common vertex, right? They should have a common arm and their interiors should be disjoint. Their interiors should be disjoint. When this happens, then we say yes, these two angles are adjacent angles. In other words, they are neighboring angles, adjacent, isn't it? Very easy. We understood that. Now based on this, we learn one more fact, one more pair of angles called as linear pair of angles. What's that? It's very simple. Linear, when we say line, linear means line, superb. Now when you look here, you will understand. What is that? The definition says that two adjacent angles, that means it comes from adjacent angles, okay? Two adjacent angles are said to be forming a linear pair of angle. They form a linear pair of angle if their non-common rays form a pair of opposite rays. Now you'll say, what is this? It's very simple. We are talking about two adjacent angles. Are these two angles adjacent? Yes. It's a pair of adjacent angle, angle AOB and angle BOC. But the condition is these two angles, they will form a linear pair only when this condition is satisfied. What is that? They are non-common rays. For this two, what's a common ray? OB. So what's the non-common ray? It's very simple. It is OA and OC, isn't it? Yes. Now these two rays, they should form a pair of opposite rays. Right now, are they forming a pair of opposite rays? No, because they have a common origin. But these two rays, they are not on the same line. So let's make it such a way that they form a line now. Observe. Yes. See this. Yes. Now look at this ray OA and ray OC. What do you see? It's forming a pair of opposite rays because it has a common origin and both the rays are on the same line and in opposite direction. You'll say yes. So then we can say yes, this pair of adjacent angle, that is angle AOB and angle BOC, is forming linear pair. So angle AOB and angle BOC are forming linear pair of angles, isn't it? So we understood what a linear pair of angles is. So simple. Two adjacent angles are said to form a linear pair. Only one condition it has to satisfy is that the non-common rays should be opposite rays. And that is what we saw. Was that easy? Very easy, right?